The scale of the conflict is widening by the day.
So join me, Giris Saulani, for the latest stories in your world.
The streets are full of people.
I'm going to tell them about this moment.
The World, tonight on ABC Australia.
Hello and welcome, I'm Jasmine Jack with Tuesday's news. In this edition, Gulf Governor welcomes court decision, rural programs making a difference, and record quake hits Vanuatu. Gulf Governor Sir Chris Haiveta has welcomed the court's decision yesterday that quashed an earlier decision by the Treasurer Ian Link-Stuckey to divert monies belonging to the Gulf and Central Provincial governments to Enga Provincial Government. Haiveta said the decision is a win for the people of Papua New Guinea as it sets a precedence for the future, highlighting the stringent processes involved in disbursing infrastructure development grant and business development grant funds. However, Haiveta has no plans to pursue this case further, even though there are opportunities to push for criminal charges against the Treasurer and his associates.
In July last year, Treasurer Ian Link-Stuckey issued directives to his secretary to divert a total of 60 million kina belonging to different provincial governments to Enga Provincial Government in an effort to address the ongoing law and order challenges in that province. 20 million kina of that money was for Gulf Province, appropriated as business development and infrastructure development funds. An aggrieved Haiveta took the matter to court, citing breaches of the Public Finance Management Act and the Constitution. He also left the government benches and joined the opposition in protest over this payment. The court finally made a decision yesterday where the actions of the Treasurer were deemed illegal. Sir Chris welcomed this decision, describing it as a win for the people of Papua New Guinea.
The court decision yesterday is welcome for the people of Papua New Guinea because it's a decision that talks about the process of allocation of resources.
He said this case highlights the importance of the proper use of power by persons in authority.
It's a landmark decision and the implications are far-ranging. It affects how members are considering the funds being weaponized and the proper use of the powers of the Minister for Treasury and the Secretary for Treasury in allocating or reappropriating funds in a way that they should. So it's not about politics, not about vengeance to anyone. It's just clearing the system up so that when you are in charge of a system, you follow the system.
Despite this case having the potential to be tried criminally, Haiveta, who has now joined the government, says he has no intention to take this further.
For me personally, I'm satisfied. I've done my job and I did it without fear or favor. I moved to the opposition to do it and I am happy that the court has ruled in that manner.
He, however, says he is happy that the proper process of expending these funds has been spelled out by the court and sets a precedence for the future.
Well, the money was returned. 20 million kina belonged to the provincial government was returned, but it was returned illegally. And then they told me, well, your money is returned. I said, I didn't ask for the money. You broke the law. So I'm still going to go to court to decide whether that is important, that you don't do this again.
With the Gulf Provincial Executive Council set to sit tomorrow, Haiveta says the Gulf Provincial Government, who is a plaintiff in this matter, will provide its stance on what actions they intend to take following the court decision yesterday.
In that meeting, they will decide what further actions they'll take with respect to the outcome of the court decision, and also they will decide my position to stay in the opposition or not to stay in the opposition.
Ruth Rongola, TVWAN News.
The Foreign Policy White Paper is one Minister for Foreign Affairs, Justin Kachenko, is eager to accomplish in his time in office. He said it has taken 40 years to get the White Paper policy done and dusted. Policy White Paper is an important document that would reflect the sovereignty of PNG and how the government will coordinate regional and international engagements. 1981 was the year of the last Foreign Policy White Paper to be approved in Parliament, and the Minister for Foreign Affairs is adamant a clear policy will be approved after its passage on the floor of Parliament in March 2025.
That is one of my most important products and results that need to be done immediately. It's taken 40 years, over 40 years to get that foreign policy white paper done and dusted, professionally looked at by the eminent persons groups, looked at as well by other independent authors and professionals, so we can get it right once and for all, and we can deliver it on the floor of Parliament in March next year for approval.
Eminent Person Group was given the task of reviewing the policy, which commenced last year, and are finally checked and completed. The next crucial step is to have it presented and endorsed by the National Executive Council. Furthermore, Kachenko shared that the Foreign Policy White Paper is a document that will also come with foreign policy legislation to beef up the foreign affairs and bring it back to its former glory.
It's my job to ensure that happens, and that's why Secretary is there presenting that to the committee so I can get that approved on Wednesday, going forward for Parliament March. It hasn't been easy. You know, it's a huge document.
Southeast Asia is a focal point for Papua New Guinea. These were the words of Minister for Foreign Affairs Justin Kachenko. He shared that the minister has done so much in a short time frame by fostering bilateral relationships. For a short period of time, agreements have been signed with other countries, especially for the security of PNG. Minister Justin Kachenko highlighted the work they have done fostering bilateral relations with other countries. He shared these sentiments during the launch of the Department of Foreign Affairs Housing Policy, as well as a new website for the department. Kachenko acknowledged the hard-working staff of DFA and said in just a short period, they have signed and implemented a lot of agreements.
We have achieved, as I said, so much in such a short period of time. One of the other big ones, of course, with the United States of America, the Defense Cooperation Agreement, which is now being implemented throughout our country, defense and security aspects, and we appreciate the American government putting their funds, their commitments and their partnership in a huge way to support Papua New Guinea as well as a traditional security partner.
He is looking forward to continuing the good work of former President Joe Biden as they leave office and is looking forward to the new president's commitment to the Pacific. Minister Kachenko further emphasized the work with Southeast Asia countries. Furthermore, Minister Kachenko is looking forward to 2025 and another year of fostering bilateral relationships, and PNG should be expecting more from Southeast Asia countries in the near future.
Southeast Asia is a focal point for Papua New Guinea. Southeast Asia is one area that Papua New Guinea will be working in a bigger and more prominent way into the future. ASEAN is one area that Papua New Guinea has got permanent observer status, but we have now moved forward to become a member in ASEAN. We've working on that as we speak, and we thank the Indonesian government and the President and the former Foreign Minister who was chair.
Police in Madang have apprehended a 35-year-old man accused of filming and distributing a video of two teenagers in an intimate act at the Coronation Drive Reef, a recording that went viral on social media. Madang Provincial Police Commander Acting Superintendent Robert Baim identified the suspect as Hudson Pinga of Korobu village in Ambuntin Drekiker, East Sepik Province.
Pinga, who allegedly recorded the teenagers during their date, is accused of not only filming but also threatening, insulting, assaulting, and stealing from them before fleeing the scene. The suspect surrendered to police on Friday following intense social media backlash and discussion with his family. He has been charged under the Cybercrime Act 2016 with producing pornography under Section 17 and cyberbullying under Section 22. During questioning, Pinga admitted to filming using his smartphone and sharing the footage via the Share It app with two individuals whose identities are being withheld as investigations continue. The video was uploaded to social media platforms, sparking public outrage. Acting Superintendent Baim confirmed that further arrests are expected as others were involved in circulating the video online. He condemned the act, highlighting the severe emotional and psychological toll on the teenagers.
So let's respect others' privacy. All right, let's not intrude into their privacy. Unless and until they commit an offense, yes, we will always report something. But the most importantly is that you have to respect the privacy of the others. And those that posted it on the social media will also be arrested. The investigation is ongoing.
The PPC urged the public to refrain from sharing such content, warning of legal consequences for cyber harassment. Police investigations are continuing. The suspect will appear in court this week. Susan Oriape, TVWAN News.
Projections for 2025 in the tax collection sector is expected to reach 19.4 billion kina, reflecting ongoing economic progress and the IRC's sustained efforts. Prime Minister James Marape, in commending the performance of IRC in the last 5 years, also stated that an impressive 65 billion kina in tax revenue was collected over the last 5 years, indicating a growth of 20% per year. This growth rate surpassed the average GDP growth rate of 11% during the same period. Prime Minister James Marape acknowledged this growth and the remarkable strides made in tax collections over the last decade, attributing the success to Papua New Guinea's economic growth and the ongoing reforms implemented by the Internal Revenue Commission. He said these numbers highlight the effectiveness of the IRC's reforms and the growing compliance among taxpayers, a positive sign of the country's economic resilience. The EU-STREIT PNG program is making a real difference. Focused on fostering a resilient economy, the program is empowering local communities, especially women and youth, while boosting sustainable agriculture.
Over the years, the program has rehabilitated 3,000 hectares of cocoa blocks, established nurseries and planted millions of cocoa seedlings resilient to the cocoa pod borer pest.
So this is a very important. The program has already contributed to the economic development, and this is in MDTP4. Another very critical indicator MDTP4 shows is jobs. Isn't it 1 million jobs created during MDTP4? That is a strategy. We have done a rough calculation, and only on the three main value chains and on our road infrastructure. Remember, the road infrastructure is employing, the RMGs are fully employed, and farmers are being kept in their cocoa and vanilla fields.
The impact has been profound. Over 33,000 farmers are trained and over 58,000 women are empowered in micro, small and medium enterprises. The program has also helped legalize 750 businesses, creating thousands of full-time jobs. By 2026, the program aims to significantly increase production, especially in high-demand crops like cocoa and vanilla, creating further economic opportunities for rural communities. But it's not just about crops. The EU-STREIT PNG program is also working to improve infrastructure, rehabilitating over 200 kilometers of rural roads and setting up renewable energy solutions. Inclusivity is a key focus, with youth and women leading in decision-making processes, ensuring their voices are heard in agribusiness development. In West Sepik, a new partnership between the Cocoa Board and the provincial administration is paving the way for sustainable cocoa farming beyond the program's duration.
And we are working with the 351 groups of cocoa groups from all East and West Sepiks. And for all these one, like 300 plus nurseries are being established at the village level or the ward level, because as you know, the transport of these seedlings are quite fragile, or the mortality rate is low, during the transportation. So that we kept in mind. So that's why we encourage, and we also did the capacity development training for these farmers or the lead farmers at the ward level and village level to establish their own bordered garden as well as the nurseries. Of course, so with the fermentary sides, it's also the same, like improved or rehabilitation of the fermentaries with the dryer kits, and also the introduction of the combination type dryer.
These innovations, including solar dryers and vacuum sealing for vanilla, are helping farmers increase their product quality and market competitiveness. With new agreements signed and a growing network of partners, the EU-STREIT PNG program is set to continue driving positive change across Papua New Guinea. Through these initiatives, the program is helping build a more inclusive, sustainable economy, one that provides opportunities for all, especially in rural communities. The EU-STREIT PNG program empowering communities, driving rural development and shaping the future of agriculture in Papua New Guinea.
This is TVWAN News. Among stories after the break, Samarai-Murua development projects progressing, and Minister Jelta Wong highlights impact of PNG team in NRL.
Experience a convenient and smarter way to do your banking with BSB Mobile Banking. You don't have to leave the office or your home to pay for bills. You can view your account balance, transfer funds, top up phone credits, or purchase Easy Pay units wherever you are. Visit your BSB branch today to register now for BSB Mobile Banking. BSB Mobile Banking, the smarter way to bank. BSB, our bank, our people.
Hiya, Mama. You wait then, but me add him special flavor.
Put in more flavor, put in more taste. Magic kakaru, get up and big smile on face. Time for Kim chicken, a great kumutu. Sip, sip, the moo, yes, magic on you.
Magic, the taste PNG loves.
Every day, 180 million liters of water pumps into Port Moresby. Every day, its journey to your household tap is made safe at this water treatment plant. Every day, raw water is filtered, disinfected, and purified so that you and your loved ones have access to clean, usable water. For 65 years, our water treatment technology has been hard at work. But now, it needs to hit pause. Port Moresby's population has increased 500% since the treatment plant was built, putting enormous pressure on the water supply network. We need to hit pause so that the filtering equipment can be repaired, maintained, upgraded, so that the water you use and consume continues to be safe. For more information, visit our Facebook page.
Our journey starts with you. We'll be there from the start, right through to your life's adventures. We'll ensure comfort and make your safety our priority. We'll take you to memorable moments, no matter where it begins. And we'll get you there like we've always done. The 4th generation coaster bus, more than just a bus.
Hi PNG, Tuliman here. If you missed out on the first screening of Plesman, no MPC, catch the rerun on Saturday 28 December at 7 p.m. on TVWAN+. Our may change your life too. The land is a valuable asset. You must walk boom one time, now no can walk one. You don't can fight must stop.
Welcome back. A significant infrastructure project in Nuku District, West Sepik Province, is transforming lives and boosting rural development. The International Labour Organization STREIT program is constructing an 18-kilometer road that connects 4 villages. Here's the report.
In the remote Nuku District, the Yiminum Wilboy Road is undergoing a major facelift. Spanning 18 kilometers through Yiminum, Yifkindu, Wilwil and Tokinara villages, the project promises to change the lives of over 11,000 people.
So the contract for this road was signed in July this year, and so far the work progress is about 27.3%. So that's a good progress since they've signed the contract. So we are hoping to finish this road by February, before April next year.
The project is split into 2 lots, managed by Andro Holdings Limited from East Sepik and Southern Flames Investment Limited from Goroka. Both contractors, working with ILO for the first time, face significant challenges in sourcing materials.
Cost, so there's 2 contracts on this road. So each contract is 8.9 kilometers long. So the first lot 1 is with GST is 2.5 million kina, and the second is 2 million kina. So one of the reasons why the cost is very high is the distance to get proper material for construction. So proper material for construction, like for example the gravel that we're placing on the road, it's about 22 kilometers away from here. So the contractors, for fuel expenses alone, for dump trucks, in a month they spend around 70,000 kina. So far since they've started working.
The road serves not only farmers but also 3 primary schools and 2 aid posts along its path. Local employment has also been boosted, with approximately 25 people currently working on the project and earning the minimum wage.
Business belum plan lo place, na supporting family belum platu, especially lo school fees, na church program, na miet osem mi work one time ILO since now come mi working one pla stop belum na now stop em work na stop.
Before bin road pagara polgatan ol karin na turloron ol sigman meri mi se working bed na karim. Trangu ol bel mama sambla imsa karim kol sa karim pigini na ding lorot sambla savedai because lorot ya road imbit bagara pol kata iko ina blo time na ol ailo kam inside na imi orai tol kata na imi lo good plan mamas.
The ILO is also developing a transportation master plan to ensure sustainability, providing clear guidelines for future maintenance. The Yiminum Wilboy Road is a step forward for Nuku District, promising better access to schools, healthcare and markets. With completion set for early next year, rural communities are already feeling the benefits of progress. Carol Kiru Jr., TV1 News.
Samarai-Murua MP C. Henry Leonard today announced the granting of a fishing license by the National Fisheries Authority for the district's commercial fishing program to be undertaken by the vessel KKC-1. Launched recently, this endeavor is costing the district more than 23,000 kina in licensing fees.
On November 11, the Open Electorate of Samarai-Murua
under the leadership of MP Issy Henry Leonard and the District Development Authority, launched a program aimed at opening up opportunities for locals to participate in economic activities, the launch of the district's commercial fishing program. Today, MP Leonard announced that the National Fisheries Authority has granted a fishing license to the district's vessel, KKC-1. This will cost the district well over 23,000 kina, a fee the MP is adamant to pay before the end of the week.
That will settle the fees of around 23,578 kina, 67 toya. As soon as the fee is paid and the receipt issued, and our vessel is now legalized to fish in the waters of Samarai-Murua. For me, it is my great pleasure that to return something to our people in times of celebration. I think fishing is the way forward. And I'd like to get the boat out as soon as possible so that we can go fish, but at the same time, we buy fish from our artisanal fishermen, from our fishing families. So while we're celebrating, we can also engage in a bit of economic activity.
Furthermore, the MP emphasizes that this commercial fishing program will open up the earning capabilities of the local island people. He further stated that it is for this reason that the district is adamant on its continuous support of the district children's education and will continue to take on paying college and tertiary institution fees in full till the DDA feels parents and guardians can handle the financial challenge of sending their children for further studies.
We are committed. We'll continue to pay school fees. We've done some payments already. We'll continue to pay school fee for our children who are going into tertiary education, into technical training colleges, and even teachers' colleges and other institutions that we have a relationship with in training our Samarai-Murua students. We'll continue to pay school fees 100% until such time that we see our people are empowered. They have an opportunity where they can earn an income, and we can now share that responsibility. But for now, we pay 100%.
Meantime, MP Leonard announced that the DDA plans to host a music festival in January next year. This festival will lead to the launch of several other key development projects for the district. MP Leonard expressed his keenness for the launch of these projects, highlighting once more his desire to empower his people. Maricela Kelleton, TV1 News.
Meanwhile, in his Christmas message to the people of his district, MP Leonard appealed for law and order to be upheld during the festive season. The MP says 5 police personnel are present at Wagoya station and emphasizes the need for cooperation from the locals.
I'd like to call upon the people of Misima to be very responsible and to cooperate with the police personnel on the ground, as well as those in outer islands. Let us all work together, work with the law officials, even the village peace officers, our village courts, make sure we respect them and maintain that peace and order within our respective wards.
The inclusion of PNG in the NRL will not only elevate the sports profile in the country, but also provide invaluable pathways for aspiring athletes. With a rich rugby league culture and passionate fan base, PNG's participation is set to enhance the diversity and competitiveness of the NRL, making it a thrilling time for rugby league enthusiasts, both locally and internationally.
The announcement of the Papua New Guinea to be the 18th team in the National Rugby League has a significant impact on local communities in several ways. Minister for Fisheries and Marine Resources and MP for Gazelle, Jelta Wong, says despite lots of commentators speaking negatively about it, the inclusion of the team depicts our cultural identity and pride. The team fosters a sense of national pride and cultural identity among Papua New Guineans, and the success and representation of the team on the international stage unite people and promote a shared sense of belonging. Wong also clarified that the team will inspire young people to engage in sports, promoting physical activity and healthy lifestyles. He said many local youth aspire to play for the team, which encourages them to participate in rugby and other sports. In terms of community development, the team will participate in community outreach programs, helping to improve local facilities and promote education and health initiatives. These programs can include coaching clinics, school visits, and health awareness campaigns. Wong stated that the presence of the team can boost local economies, especially during home games where fan attendance increases demand for local services like accommodation, food, and transport. He said Rugby League serves as a platform to bring diverse communities together, fostering social cohesion and providing a common ground for people from different backgrounds to connect and support their team. Furthermore, Wong said players from the teams often become role models in their communities, demonstrating the values of hard work, dedication, and sportsmanship. They can influence positive behavior among the youths. Overall, Minister Wong says the team play a vital role in promoting not only the sport of rugby, but also the values and development of communities across Papua New Guinea. Freddie Mo, TV1 News.
And now the finance news. The kina closed lower at 0.2507 US dollars in the interbank market. At Bank South Pacific, our kina was buying 0.2432 US dollars, 0.3793 Australian dollars, 0.2240 euro, and 37.19 Japanese yen. Looking at commodity prices at New York close, coffee, cocoa, and palm oil closed higher, while gold, crude oil, and copper closed lower. And copper closed the day unchanged. And on the stock market, the Dow Jones closed lower, ASX closed higher, and all ordinaries closed higher as well. TV1 News continues after the break. Stay with us.
Experience a convenient and smarter way to do your banking with BSB Mobile Banking. You don't have to leave the office or your home to pay for bills. You can view your account balance, transfer funds, top up phone credits, or purchase Easy Pay units wherever you are. Visit your BSB branch today to register now for BSB Mobile Banking. BSB Mobile Banking, the smarter way to bank. BSB, our bank, our people.
A true champion is measured by their courage, their determination, and their passion to never give up and to always keep trying. With a delicious Milo in milk taste and added nutrients, Milo in milk is a great way to fuel our little champions with nourishing energy every day. Because true champions give it their all.
Milo, PNG and Mia. Prime PNG made.
Right across the nation, we eat snacks crackers. Emi trupla. All get a young planalapun, only like him snacks crackers. Only make him here, no PNG, one-time lay biscuit company. It's crunchy and tasty. It's irresistible.
Every day, 180 million liters of water pumps into Port Moresby. Every day, its journey to your household tap is made safe at this water treatment plant. Every day, raw water is filtered, disinfected, and purified so that you and your loved ones have access to clean, usable water. For 65 years, our water treatment technology has been hard at work. But now, it needs to hit pause. Port Moresby's population has increased 500% since the treatment plant was built, putting enormous pressure on the water supply network. We need to hit pause so that the filtering equipment can be repaired, maintained, upgraded, so that the water you use and consume continues to be safe. For more information, visit our Facebook page.
shot. She's great to watch. Gone.
That is a good catch.
Very good again from that person, Deandra. In the air. Nice.
60 and it is 37 delivery.
What a comeback it has been for the Indian team.
Thanks for staying with us. Turning abroad, a magnitude 7.4 earthquake struck Vanuatu today, leading to major damage across the capital, Port Vila. There are unconfirmed reports of at least one death after the quake hit 30 kilometers west of the city at 12:47 p.m. Images emerging from the city show collapsed buildings along its main street and a landslide at its wharf. An earlier tsunami warning has been cancelled. A local journalist reported that it was high-frequency shake that lasted for about 30 seconds. He said it was a violent earthquake, more violent than any I've ever seen in the last 21 years. The United States Geological Survey said it struck at a depth of 57 kilometers, although the Pacific Tsunami Warning Center in Hawaii reported the quake struck at 10 kilometers in depth. Meantime, a mass casualty triage center has been established outside Port Vila Central Hospital's emergency ward. Before the earthquake hit, Vanuatu's top court had dismissed a constitutional challenge to dissolution of the nation's parliament, clearing the way for a snap election. Voters will go to the polls in January 2025 after the Supreme Court found a political power play to dismiss the last government was constitutional. It will be the third election in 4 years for the notoriously politically unstable Pacific nation. Faced with a non-confidence motion in November, the Charlotte Salwai-led government recommended to the president that he instead dissolve parliament, who accepted. Just 4 kilometers from Papua New Guinea, but still in Australian territory, one man has started a coffee shop in one of the most northern parts of the Torres Strait. On Saibai Island, coffee is best served with a view of our northern neighbours' shores.
Sometimes when you're on the road, it can be hard to find coffee. But here on Saibai Island, 9 degrees south of the equator, we think we've found Australia's most northern coffee. Let's grab one.
One of the dongas on the island here that accommodated the police and the border force, they had a Brewster machine there, so that interested me to do a coffee gig here. Mostly the locals like the hazelnut beans, so they usually go out really fast. They're really interested, you know, it's something different and boost you up in the morning and your day is going to be really good. When it's turned on, then everybody knows that the coffee is operating. So it's a small community. People will send that message word by mouth. Okay, enjoy. Well, I'm trying to target the wider community, customers that work from Monday to Fridays, also the pilots that come in for private charters. Saibai is geographically, it's 4 kilometers to the PNG coastline and the sea line, so it's a good site for them to come and relax, and people can sort of be fascinated about the location. Come and enjoy the coffee, the most northern part of Australia. Enjoy it on Saibai Island.
Every year, more than 40,000 men and women enter and exit prisons across Australia. Justice advocates say the prison population could be an answer to the nation's skilled worker shortage if employers can overcome the stigma of hiring a former inmate.
These strikes signify the end of an era for this Outback Anglican church.
To declare on our behalf that this building be no longer a church building.
St Matthews is closing after nearly 90 years in the tiny town of Quilpie in the state's southwest.
Slowly but surely, the numbers of people attending has shrunk and shrunk and shrunk.
With a regular congregation of just 3 people, the church can no longer afford the insurance and the upkeep.
We have to be open to being church in new ways.
Worshippers from other denominations joined the final service.
I feel like I've been a part of history today.
It's a beautiful little building, part of Quilpie.
The Quilpie Shire has lost up to half of its population in recent decades as people move to the city for work and older residents pass away.
We apologise for that. Australia's space program has unveiled a prototype of the rover it will send to the moon as part of NASA's Artemis program. The Australian Space Agency unveiled rover after an 18-month design process. Rover will be tasked with collecting lunar soil and bringing it back down to Earth for analysis.
In developing rover, we're going to advance the capabilities of the nation in the AI that could drive robots, in computer vision. And this is going to have advances in technologies for many sectors, agriculture, mining, improving the productivity of these sectors. And so this is about investing in a space program to improve life here on Earth. So rover will go to the moon later this decade on a flight with NASA, and it's got an important mission to collect soil on the moon, known as regolith, and it's going to analyse that soil. And if we can analyse it, we can understand if there's oxygen, if there's water in it, and that's going to sustain human presence on the moon. Artemis is the program, US-led, but now there's 50 countries that have signed up to what are known as the Artemis Accords, and Australia was one of the first countries to sign up to that. This is about returning to the moon, but returning to the moon for a permanent presence. And so over the next decade, we'll see lots of robotic exploration, but also human exploration. And rover is going to build on Australia's long-standing partnership with NASA in areas such as deep space communications. Design is a really important aspect. We've captured the nation with this program. Back to the naming competition, we had 8,000 entries. We had thousands of school children involved, and having something that is aesthetically pleasing as well, but functional. Function here is critical, has resulted in this wonderful design.
And that ends the news segment. Sports is next. Stay tuned.
He says the best Hunters players come from his region. So does she. But there's one thing that brings everyone together. SB Lager, Bunyamyumi.
Enjoying life when we work together, making happy memories that last forever. Hiding, talk, young or old, as calories, family meal we're told. We'll bring out the smiles cause it's our favorite from mine. Amber, you like it?
Bro, it's awesome, man. Pepsi promotion.
I'm so excited. Let's go, let's go.
Amber, Pepsi for match.
Pepsi for match.
And how do you win this? 2 plus Pepsi, that's all. 2 cans, bro.
2 plus, that's all.
You get yourself a chance to win.
This box of match.
It's crazy cool. My God. A pair of headphones. It's a towel.
How about that? Cooler box.
Yeah!
Superstition ain't the way.
In its first 10 years, the PNG LNG project has had a long-lasting impact, contributing more than 28 billion kina to the state of Papua New Guinea. Equity distributions are paid to KPHL and MRDC based on the interest they hold. Tax is paid to the IRC, while development levy and royalties are paid to DPE. For more information on direct and indirect benefits, visit PNG EITI's website.
Remember her, Furiosa, a Mad Max saga. Terror has never run this deep. Meg 2, The Trench. The greatest evil in the Conjuring universe, The Nun 2. Unite or Fall, Transformers, Rise of the Beasts. Breaking out is an inside job. Escape plan.
Full show custom.
That's what we do around here. Oh, that ain't no stock record no more. Are you liking it? Trying not to cry.
Texas Metal starts Thursday 8:30 on Turbo.
Witness tennis on another level.
Let the celebrations begin.
Whose side are you on? The United Cup in Sydney and Perth.
Nailed it. What a shot.
It's tennis turned up.
That's incredible.
Thanks for staying with us. The Lay Biscuits Power Nines was launched today, with the competition also marking 10 years of rugby league action supported by the Lay Biscuit Company. To signify the 10th year journey and achievements, women's teams will participate for the first time. The competition started as Snacks Nines and changed to Power Nines 2 years ago.
The Power Nines action kicks off tomorrow with over 40 teams expected to converge at the Lay Rugby League grounds. Before kick-off tomorrow, the teams held a float signifying 10 years of a successful Nines competition. The float covered the entire Lay city before ending at the Lay Rugby League ground. All registered teams for both men and women have been grouped into pools and will be playing 3 games each for rounds 1 and 2. After the conclusion of round matches, only 2 top teams from the respective pools qualify for the elimination rounds, which take place on Thursday. The finals are expected to be played on the weekend. Susan Oreape, TVWAN Sports.
NRL star Ezra Mam has been fined and had his license suspended after a head-on car crash earlier this year while on a cocktail of drugs.
Man pleaded guilty here in Brisbane's Magistrate Court to driving while a drug was present in his system and driving while he had a suspended licence. In October, the Star Broncos 5'8" was involved in a head-on collision at Barden in Brisbane's west with an Uber. 2 of the Uber's occupants, a woman and a child, sustained minor injuries. Following the accident, Mam failed a roadside drug test and a second one later at hospital. The judge heard today that he had a cocktail of drugs in his system, including cocaine. The judge labelled his actions as stupid, saying he could have killed someone or himself. While speaking outside the court today, Mam said he was deeply sorry for his actions and will reach out to the victims directly today to apologise and start to remedy that process.
This incident isn't a reflection of who I want to be, or what is expected of me as a role model. And to the NRL, the Brisbane Broncos, the fans, and my family, I'm sorry. And I promise to work on being a better person and representative of the club and the game that I love.
The Broncos and the NRL's investigation into the incident is ongoing.
And that ends the sports segment. We'll now have the weather forecast. Regional forecast: Southern, Port Moresby cloudy periods with rain showers and possible thunderstorm. Darrow easing rain showers, drizzles to cloudy. Kerema few showers then partly cloudy. Momase, Lay cloudy periods with rain showers, rain drizzles and possible thunderstorm. Medan cloudy with few showers and possible thunderstorms. Banimore periodic rain and possible thunderstorm then cloudy. New Guinea Islands, Lorengau cloudy with evening rain showers and thunderstorm. Kaviang few showers and partly cloudy. Kokopo Robau cloudy periods with some rain showers and possible thunderstorm. Buka rain showers and thunderstorms to cloudy periods. And Highlands, Goroka, Barnes and Kundiawa mostly cloudy with some rain and possible thunderstorms. Mendi, Tari and Wabe cloudy periods of rain and possible thunderstorm. Ocean forecast: Coral Sea, sea slight to moderate with northwest winds of 10 to 20 knots. Solomon Sea, Sea smooth to slight with northwest winds of 5 to 15 knots. Bismarck Sea, sea slight to moderate with northwest winds of 10 to 20 knots. Pacific Ocean, sea slight to northwest winds of 10 to 15 knots. Coastal waters forecast. Waters of southern PNG Indonesian border to Daru to Kiwai Islands, to Kerama to Yule Island, to Hood Point to Samarai Islands. Seas 1.2 to 2.5 meters. Waters of Samarai Island to Cape Vogel and all Milimbe Islands. Seas 1.5 to 2 meters. And waters of Finchefan through EU-STREIT to Siasi Long Island. Seas 2 to 3 meters. And that wraps up the news for tonight. Thanks for watching. Good night.
The TVWAN News was proudly brought to you by
BSP, our bank, our people.